channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to achieve this glittery smoky eye look using a palette that I have been absolutely obsessed with for the past couple of months now. Shout out to my friend Stevie for recommending the Morphe Jaclyn Hill Palette to me. I was pretty skeptical about using this at first just because I'd never used anything from Morphe before, but when I started seeing all the really pretty Instagram pictures and all the awesome YouTube reviews on it, I decided, you know what, why not? Let's give it a shot. So I paid $38 for this. You get 35 colors that are absolutely gorgeously pigmented. You get a few mattes, you get a few shimmers, you get a few pretty dark pigment colors right here, and then of course this little section right here is how I created this smoky eye part of this look today. Another product that I'll be using today that I was again pretty skeptical about is the STILA Magnificent Metals liquid eyeshadow in the shade Diamond Dust. I was not looking forward to using this today just because it took me a long time to get used to this, just because I am not good with liquid eyeshadows at all. I usually, screw it up and get it like all over my eyelid or something like that. But once I got the hang of using it, wasn't too bad. So I enjoy it. I, enjoy the results that I get from it. So maybe you will too. Who knows? There's a few products that I'll be using new in this video. The first being the Smashbox Photofinish Primer series. The first being Smashbox Photofinish Primer Water. And I know you guys have probably seen this splashed all over Instagram and YouTube. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about it just yet, just because I've only used it for the very first time in this video. So far I can tell that it's pretty moisturizing. It keeps my skin really plump. I use it for a setting spray as well, so it doesn't really feel cakey or like you have a bunch of sticky powder all over your face. So far so good. The second thing that I'll be using is the foundation primer. Guys, I have used a lot of primers in my time. I started out with using the Maybelline Baby Skin, and then I started using the Revlon Photo Ready Primer. I've used the Professional Primer, but none can compare to this, honestly. I know that this is quite a spendy primer for, I'm not even really sure how much this is, but I know it's quite up there in price, especially for just like a dimethicone silicone primer. Just a lot of money, but it's worth it. It's so worth it, especially if you have very exaggerated pores, especially if you're using it with a foundation that kind of settles into your skin throughout the day. So I'm going to show you guys kind of how it looks on my skin. As you can see, all of my pores are filled in, especially right here on my nose, which is where they get the most exaggerated. And then of course on my cheek and T-zone area. You can see all of my pores are pretty filled in, so I consider that a win. The third thing that I'll be using is the 24-hour Photofinish Shadow Primer. I was pretty skeptical about this one too, just because I only ever used Heart Shape Tape Concealer or Too Faced Shadow Insurance. Those two are usually always my go-to when I do like a really glittery, pretty eye look. But again, so far so good. I really enjoy it. The fourth new thing that I will be using in this video is the Anastasia Sun Dipped Glow Kit. Y'all, I'm in love with this highlight palette. I greatly underestimated how pigmented these highlighters are, but as you can kind of see, it's very glittery, very pretty, but it's not like overdone. You know what I mean? Sometimes highlight palettes can get kind of like powdery and they can kind of, exaggerate some of the texture that you have on your skin, but these seem to apply really well. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into that tutorial where I show you how to create this look. So now that I've already cleansed, toned, and moisturized my face, I'm going to prime it by using the Photofinish Primer Water and just spritzing that all over my face. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of that Smashbox foundation primer and press that into any of my enlarged pores around my cheek, T-zone, and chin area. So because I'm using heavily pigmented shadows and glitter today, I'm going to do my eyes first, and I'm going to start by priming them with the Photofinish 24-hour eyeshadow primer. Now I'm just going to set my lids with a little bit of my Cover FX setting powder, just so that the eyeshadows don't stick to the primer. And then I'm going to take the color Silk Cream in the Jaclyn Hill palette and just use that as my transition shade. And I'm going to blend that into my high crease using a fluffy tapered blending brush by IT Cosmetics. And then I'm going to take the color Central Park and blend that into my crease with a slightly more pointed blending brush. Now I'm going to take the color Soda Pop and focus that color on my outer V. Now I'm going to take the color Abyss and take a small flat shader brush and just pack that color on the outer edges of my eye. And then I'm going to take that taper blending brush again and just blend out that color a little bit so that there are no harsh lines. And then I'm going to take Tarte Shape Tape and a small shader brush and just carve out that partial cut crease to prepare for the glitter. Now here comes the fun part, the glitter. I'm just going to take some of that STILA glitter and just spread that over where you see the Tarte Shape Tape. Now I'm going to let that liquid eyeshadow dry, just so that way if I look up at any point, it's not going to crease or attach to the upper part of my eyeshadow. Then I'm going to take some Kat Von D tattoo liner and just create a decently dramatic wing, just because this is a holiday look, so you do want to be kind of full glam. Now I'm just going to quickly curl my lashes and add a coat of Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara to them. I'm not putting on any falsies today just because I'm not actually going out anywhere, but if I were to go out somewhere for the holidays like New Year's Eve, I would put on a set of falsies just to intensify the look. Before I apply mascara, I'm just going to put on some of Urban Decay's 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil and just tightline my eyes with that. So now that my eyes are complete, I'm going to throw in a little foundation by YSL. This is their All Hours foundation, and I have been absolutely obsessed with this foundation for quite a few weeks now, just because it's a little mattifying, but it's also a little bit luminizing as well, so it's kind of the best of both worlds. Now that I've dotted that all over my face, I'm going to take my Clarisonic Mia 2 and the foundation brush head that they have and just blend it into my face. As you can see, this thing blends like an absolute dream. I am so obsessed with it. It's so good. It blends any type of cream into my face so well, and especially with liquidy foundations like this, it just does a superb job. foundation all blended in, I'm just going to take my Tarte Shape Tape again and conceal underneath my eyes and highlight the bridge of my nose, my jawline, my forehead, and my chin. And now, to prevent any type of creasing or movement of my foundation or concealer, I'm going to take some Perfect Setting Powder by Cover FX and just set my face. And now I'm going to take the most adorably packaged bronzer by Lisa Frank and just warm up the edges of my face a little bit. And now I'm going to take this big fluffy brush by IT Cosmetics and just blend out that bronzer a little bit so that there are no harsh lines. And now I'm just going to apply a little blush to my face using Tarte's Amazonian Clay Blush in the color Party. Now, as a finishing touch to my face, I'm going to take that Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit that I mentioned in the beginning of the video and just highlight the bridge of my nose and my cheekbones. And now I'm going to take Benefit's Goof Proof Brow Pencil in the shade 4 and just fill in my brows. as a base for my liquid lipstick, I'm going to take the Aquaphor Lip Repair and just apply a small amount of that to my lips. And then I'm going to add a little pop of color with NYX's Liquid Suede in the color Soft Spoken. Alright guys, and that is it. That's how I created this glittery holiday smoky eye. If you would like to see more of my tutorials and like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel and share with your friends. Bye everyone!